Come on with it, baby!
Hello, thank you for tuning into another edition of the Third of Mansfield podcast here on the Do Champions Media Network. I am Pat Bruckness. You can find me on Twitter at Pat_Bruckness. I'm here with the host of the show, Matt Diegert. You can find him on Twitter at Matt Diegert. We're also here with Student Body Right. You can find him on Twitter at StudentBodyRGHT. Fellas, before we get into the sponsors, how you guys doing tonight?
Nice. We're live from a Home Depot model kitchen. What's up, guys? We're actually.
What's up?
What's going on, Pat?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Not bad, not bad.
I'm not doing great.
Yeah, I mean, you had to run up and down the stairs about 16, 20 times to get this all set up down here with the remodeling of the studio going on right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. It just smells like Pittsburgh, and that's why we're here tonight. You know, like that musty Rust Belt smell. What's left of Lehigh, Bethlehem Steel, Republic Steel. That's where we're going this week, boys, and that's what we're here to talk about. But
yeah,
and credit to me, I'm an honest man. Absolutely not. Pat, I'm gonna let you do the honors. I talked my shit, and I ate a lot of crow. Why don't I impart on the listeners why my fanny is red, black, and blue today?
Well, I played Student last night over on our Twitch at Do Champions, and I was Cincinnati. Student was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We did.
Let's
random
not get into
teams.
particulars. We don't.
Okay.
We don't got to do this.
The final score ended up being, I think it was 63-6 or 7.
Yeah. Once again, I just said that. Credit to me. The smart, funny, likable guy I am. I'll take my losses, but I've always been a second half guy, and I'm going to pick a better second half team.
Well, it also helps when you're switching from PlayStation or Xbox to PlayStation, knowing what the X button is to the square or whatever it is, or the triangle or
square, circle, triangle. Yeah, that's Y, B, A.
Yeah, I mean, at one point I asked if they could actually put the controller buttons on the screen, and they both just were like, "Dude, just hike the ball. It's not going to matter." And it didn't matter, but one day it will. And last night did matter too, Matt, because we agreed. Until I am the victor, Pat and I are going to play as much as we can.
Once a night, though, we did limit it to once a night.
Once a night, maybe not every night. And until I beat Mr. Pat Bruckness, I will donate $20 to the pot, $20 to the charity. Maybe we'll let the viewers, decide. Well, Iliad Apollos, Harrison,
Poncho.
and that's a great segue.
Yeah.
That's why we're great at this. It's just like hanging out.
Yeah, absolutely.
My dog's here. We just got haircuts.
Yep.
I do have a barber chair in my house. How awesome is that?
It's pretty cool to have come over here and sit in the barber chair.
I also have a problem with egregious spending. No, shout out Benny the barber. Came over, cut us up, made us look a little bit less like we drag our knuckles when we walk. And you'll probably see a lot more Benny. I think he's going to come, on Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday. It's not going to be live. It'll be recorded, but we'll be clipping it up throughout the week and playing the about half an hour segment. I guess we can tell them who we're going to have on. We're going to have Vic Carucci on.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a good show. Definitely check that out. In its entirety next Friday. And we're going to be talking a lot about what happened, what he saw from the Steelers game, from the Bills and Steelers game from tomorrow. And going from there, so that's gonna be a lot of fun.
Pat, do you know he's been in my house?
No, I did not know that.
Before it was his house, but
Way before. Yeah. I mean, is that too much public record? What, people know where I live? What? Yeah. Why'd I go down this road? Why'd I go down this road? Because all roads lead to charitable endeavors, which we need to get back to.
Yep.
Where were we at last weekend?
We were at Poncho's Army's. I don't remember what it's called, but like backpack drive.
Oh man,
that was a lot of fun. You definitely saw it. We were able to have A couple of people on from there, Anthony, who runs the whole thing. It's just great cause. And
Micah Hyde's Imagine people were fantastic.
Yep.
500 people in and out. That's my dog eating.
Yeah.
But if 500 people in and out, you guys might have tuned in and stuff like that. I expect to see them a lot more. So to wrap it up, you might.
And to lead into that,
Yeah.
Pat, who we got? Who we got tonight? Who's sponsoring the show tonight?
We are sponsored by Ilio DiPaolo's. They have the greatest Italian food in Western New York. If you don't believe me, try it for yourself. They are located at 3785 South Park Avenue, Blaisdell, New York, 14219. We're also sponsored by Sons of Erie, which actually Matt or Student both don't have on Sons of Erie hat.
No, we do not.
No, they have great
First
paintings,
time
apparel.
in the entire show. So
I like to point it out.
It feels bad not being a sycophant for my own brand, you know?
Yeah, they have great apparel, merchandise, and paintings, and they also have some new stuff on the way. Make sure to check them out at www.sonsoferie.com. We are also sponsored by Hamburg Brewing. Make sure to go to their tap room for all your favorite drinks, which is located at 6553 Boston State Road, Hamburg, New York, 14075. Or check out their website, which is www.hamburgbrewing.com. We are also sponsored by Beauty Pools. Their experienced designers and expert craftsmen will create whatever design that you have in mind, and their website is www.beautypools.com.
and
BetUS. Listen up, sports bettors. Your favorite sports book, BetUS.com, is back for our 30th year of sports action. With the industry's biggest sign-up bonus of up to 125%, BetUS offers the opportunity to cash in on all your favorite sports, including live action and chance to build your own prop. That's right. If you're looking for live in-game betting, incredible props, daily odds, boosters, a top-tiered racebook, and an unbeatable casino experience, look no further. We've got it all. What about fast payouts and exceptional one-on-one customer service? We've got that too. Sign up now to betus.com by clicking on the link below and use the promo code DUE. Use the promo code
DUE.
DUE. To get the greatest sign-up bonuses. Our account managers are available 24/7 to help you get started on the best action at 1-800-792-3887 and BetUS, America's favorite sportsbook.
That was
make sure you choose-
terrible. That was like that was painful. That's like,
I expect to get an email tomorrow being cut, but that's okay. No, I'm only kidding.
I mean, the guy takes a week off and like we just like don't care about making money here anymore. It's like other networks.
Well, let's be honest here. We've never really cared about making money for ourselves. It's all about, charitable endeavors and everything like that.
That will be better next week.
That's why we do what we do anytime that anybody asks us to do anything charity wise, we're right there to stand on business and really help out the community as best as we can.
I mean, I've never been to I've never ingratiated myself in like any other every other towns like New York City. There's a lot of charity, but it's easy to get lost, London, I was a West Ham fan, but, I was by Arsenal, so charity. I wonder if there's it does seem like the Bills are ahead of the cut with charity.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. There's something we get asked to do, every 2
Well,
to 3 weeks?
that's why I always say it. It's a city of good neighbors, and everybody tries to help as best as they can in any way possible.
I mean, yeah, it's like fun too.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and like going to that event last week. I mean, I wish we could have shown more of it, but it was just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Like everybody's there. It was cooking. There was barbecue. There was, hamburgers, hot dogs, everything. It was, they had a dunk tank, which was a lot of fun seeing people get dunked into that. So
Did you go to the dunk tank by any chance?
No, we were told to bring swim trunks, but we didn't.
Speaking of water displacement in a dunk tank, Maddie, how much you down, bud?
So I am down to I hit a little bit of a plateau, but I'm at a 283 now. So
From where?
303.
Pat, how much you down?
Honestly, I haven't checked in a while, but the last time I did check, I think I was at 250. I think it was 5.2, I believe.
I haven't checked in a while, but I know the exact decimal point down to the 10th of the digit.
Yeah.
So do I remember correctly.
So do I. It sounds more and more like it's going to be Pat. Going to have to donate that money.
I'm 2 pounds off the goal.
Yeah. I mean, Matt and I hit that by skipping a meal. Is anyone going to ask me?
What are you down to?
Yeah, what are you down to?
It's not your business. Anyway, we got a late game tomorrow.
I wouldn't call it late. It's like mid-evening, but yeah.
Anything that's not 1 p.m. dog is late to me.
Yeah.
That is jitters. It opens up too many doors of chaos for me, i.e. spouting off at Twitter, spouting off at the spout, alcohol, and just, you're watching games and you're just like, okay, and you're just like thinking about yours,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for tomorrow. I mean, another week of Bills football. This is always the best time of year when football starts back up. You had training camp. We played the Bears last week. Yes, it didn't go very well, but Josh Allen did look okay for what he did. And
22 yards.
McDermott stuck to his word, and Josh Allen literally played a quarter. As soon as the quarter hit 0, he was off the field and in a hat.
Well, I do want to ask you guys something. Did McDermott pull them because the quarter was up, or because Josh Allen decided to run for a first down?
Quarter was up. Quarter was up.
Okay.
Absolutely, quarter was up.
I mean, first quarter, typically you have guys who have been there before. They know it's a preseason. Josh running in the preseason, no one should take a shot at him.
Right.
So I don't think that's as big of a deal as like.
No, I mean we're not. McDermott's not Gerard Mayo and
Jarvis Landry,
and putting stipulations on their team for getting into fights or anything like that. Did you hear about that, Pat?
I didn't.
No. What about it?
So
McDermott said.
I thought we don't care about fights.
Gerard Mayo said, if you're a starter and you're not supposed to play, or you're only supposed to play a quarter, and you get into a fight in any of these joint practices, you now play a full game. If you're a guy that is trying to make the team, and you're like a third stringer that is on the cusp or anything like that, and you get into a fight, you don't play at all.
Really?
Yep.
I mean, that's diabolical.
It's different than Belichick.
I mean, it's worse to lose an opportunity.
Right.
But then again, that's like the old, how Julian Edelman got a shot. When Belichick leans into Welker, you know who Wally Pipp is? Not that it affected the trajectory of, Welker's career or whatever like that. He was already, but
He was already, sustained.
Well established.
Yeah.
He kind of gave the Amendola blueprint, the Hogan blueprint, the Edelman blueprint, and but opens up windows. And if you need those precious reps, you got to think like the less they have to go on, they're going to predicate their decision on maybe not your best body of work.
Right.
So.
Well, to put it into Bill's terms, I know Sean McDermott said if somebody gets into a fight during that joint practice on Thursday,
They're out.
Yeah, they're out. Look, thank goodness there was no fights.
I mean, there was a couple little scraps, but I mean that's not that's not a fight. That's guys that have been doing doing training camp against the same guys over and over again.
Correct.
And, it's the heat of the moment and things happen. They broke up real quickly, but other than that, that was it.
I don't know. I think why they're so strong about joint practices and fights is because generally speaking, if you're having a joint practice, right? There's a mutual respect, kindred shit, maybe in the same coaching tree, and they want to lay down strict guidelines. Hey, we're not gonna try and hurt your players. You know what I mean? Just because they're tethering themselves. I mean, I remember I threw a punch my senior year in preseason. I remember my linebacker coach just looking right at me. He's like, "He's wearing a helmet. You threw a punch. Smart." And I was just like,
anything that happens to you from that point on is your own fault.
Yeah, I mean. Not super amazing. Meeting a fist with a.
I mean, and it's not like old style hockey where goalies would punch each other with their masks on. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's supposed to be a growth period, and anything that takes away from that, or because you don't get good reps when you're angry, right?
No.
You don't. You got to stay cool, collected. It's one thing to be in a familiar mindset, right? Like you could say, Weapon X, Deion Dawkins. Deion Dawkins, the man, and then Weapon X were two different people, right? But that's his playing mindset. Anytime you get somebody off kilt, it's never going to yield well. That's where you.
Well, and that's exactly what I was going to say is like there's a difference between playing anger and actually being angry.
Sure.
You know, I mean, and we talk about it on this podcast all the time. That's like bringing the nastiness. That's what we're talking about when we're talking about that. It's not playing angry. It's bringing the nasty. You know, I mean, so
yeah, the nasty is Actually, can you expand on that? The nasty is not like anger. It's not.
No, it's finishing your blocks. It's finishing, finishing or playing until the whistle. Things that we were taught in Pop Warner.
And that drive takes repetition over and over and over. You exist, in that subset. When you get off kilter, it's just it's a waste of time. People get hurt, and and coaches aren't going to have it, especially if they want to have those practices due to a mutual respect of both coaches saying yes. So, yeah.
Yeah. So if they want to have them again, it's let's not hurt these guys on the other team, because not only is it bad for bad look as you as a player or bad look as you as a team, but it's also bad for the NFL as well, because what's to say you don't get in a fight with like somebody like a TJ Watt and something out of the blue happens, something fluky happens, and he's done for the year because he got into a fight. Like, that's going to look bad on the Buffalo Bills. That's going to look bad on that player, and that's some of the things that these players, need to take into, account when they do get into these scraps. I understand the mindset. I get it. You play to the whistle. You play till, whatever. You play through the blocks. You play through whatever the cliche is. But at the whistle, you stop.
Next play.
Yes.
But you have to understand, there's some liberties being taken, man. I mean, the guy.
Absolutely.
I mean, the referees are in shorts.
Right.
I'm so done seeing their calves. Put some pants on. Let's play in some meaningful games. So there are liberties being taken. Like, there's going to be an increased amount of shit talking, especially if someone had their number somewhere else. You get the the Auburn Bama guy going against another person. They do take some liberties, but come on. Like we talk about all the time. Kyer, the PI, against the Steelers.
Yeah,
that guy is in his grill, probably MFing him the whole time. What happens 2 plays later?
Picks it off in the end zone.
What does he do with the ball?
Yep.
Gives it right back to the ref.
And where does he jog off to?
The sideline.
And what does
The
that guy
sideline.
do? Walk to his.
Yep.
I still remember when I watched, who was it? Lamar Ducksworth, whoever was that quarterback for fun.
Oh, Duck
Devin
Hodges.
Hodges.
Devin Hodges. Thank
Devin
you.
Hodges,
Lamar
yes.
Ducksworth.
I
that
think
like-
that's like a Mighty Ducks thing. Like,
Yeah, the whole Mighty Ducks. Yeah.
Anyway, when I saw him unstrapping, not head down, but not heading to his position coach and just walking off, I'm like, oh, they're broken. That's it.
and that's one of the reasons why the Steelers got rid of Deontay Johnson.
Yeah. What? Yeah. Edmond brothers. Are they still rapping there?
No.
No. That's kind of special getting 2 brothers on the same team, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember where Edmonds signed. Pat, if you want to look that up real quick.
Aren't there 3?
There's 3 of them.
And I think
Tremaine, Terrell, and
Charles.
But no,
obviously
I mean,
Tremaine Edmonds is in Chicago.
in Chicago.
I know that one.
I think one of the brothers is in Jacksonville, maybe, or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure on that one. I'd have to go look it up.
It's Trey Edmonds
Right.
is the other one. Trey Edmonds
That is.
it plays for the. Okay, I guess he's a free agent. That
Okay.
doesn't sound
So,
right.
so it sounds like Tremaine Edmonds is the best of the 3 brothers, is what you're saying. But I mean, but that's the thing. Like, when it comes down to it, those guys gotta, I don't even know. I lost my train of thought.
No.
Terrell plays for Jacksonville.
Thank you. Yep.
You're welcome.
It is going to be kind of, I don't know, nice or whatever, but Josh Allen, the linebacker, he's now going as what, Pat? Do you know?
Josh Hines. Oh, let me.
Josh Allen.
Yeah, Josh Allen. He switched.
You
his
said
last
Josh Hines.
I don't think you know what he's talking about.
name. No, yeah, he switched his last name. He
Oh, did he?
I
Yes.
didn't know what he was talking about. No, he changed his name to Josh Hines Allen.
Oh,
Josh Hines Allen, yes.
Yeah, like dude Neffy. Remember I told you that story?
Yeah.
I got his wedding invitation. I'm like, what is this last name? He's like, I thought this was just like some like I don't know mob guy. That he was. He's like, dude, I changed it to my stepfather's last name like 2 years ago. I'm like, yeah, totally dope. I just wanted to make sure the check was going the right place. But he is killing it. Did way better than you on the ad read. Holy cow.
Amazing show that they have going on Thursday nights, and they're going to be doing the Mondays and Thursdays. Mondays recapping the week during the Monday Night Football games, 9 o'clock on Mondays, and then Thursdays at 9 o'clock during the Thursday Night Football games. So definitely check them out. They'll have some live bets going on, things like that. So definitely check them out if you want to make some money and things like that. So
Yeah, what do you like in the best out of them?
what's that?
What do you like I know what I like the best out of those two. It's not a Bill show.
Yeah,
I love that it's not a Bills
it's
show.
different. I really enjoy that they bring the Bills into it, like different player props and things like
Yeah,
that.
because Kevin's a Raiders fan.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
a deep Raiders fan.
yeah.
Yep.
I think he's kissed Mark Davis actually. No, but like they're not, and the way they were talking about like the slate of all the great games. By the way, if you want to make some money, Matt, Monmouth over Eastern Washington at Eastern Washington seems like a lock. I don't know the line. I don't know even who our quarterback is. I always take the Hawks. Did I
Little biased, but that's okay.
ever tell you what I did last year?
No.
So, Pat, believe it or not, I got in a fight with somebody on Twitter.
No, really?
Yeah, it was Rachel Bush. And the Hawks happened to open up at FAU, Rachel Bush's alma mater, and Devin Singletary's. Man, I hammered that Hawks line, and it hammered me back. Anyway, Monmouth, Eastern Washington, book it, Monmouth. Don't know the line, but, I mean, doesn't matter. Hawks by 50. Yeah.
You heard it here first. If it pays off,
You heard
know
it here
who said it
last, 'cause
first.
it's not going to happen.
But if it doesn't happen, student didn't say it.
Just if you're watching this show like in a month or so, and you see like about a minute and a half missing from the show, you'll know why.
Yeah, that'll be why. It's because, yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, let's
So,
let's get to talking about the what we got going on tomorrow night.
All right, let's do it.
who do we got? Yes! Let's go. You see him?
Hang on a sec.
No. Let's give him a proper. Before you put him on, do it proper. This guy has unlimited energy. This guy has unlimited heart. Guy has unlimited just vision for making things better.
Yeah.
I gotta hit him with a little AOL, buddy.
Come on with it, baby!
There we go.
The Bills make me wanna shout. Kick your heels up and shout. Throw your hands up and shout. Throw your head back and shout. Come on now, the Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout. Yeah. Shout it right now, baby.
Can you
What's
hear
good,
us?
boy?
There we go. There he
Come
is.
on. Come on and shout.
Coolin'.
How could you feel after Saturday? Just doing that? That's out of
Buffalo's
there.
happening now.
I want to be tethered to that guy. What you put on, holy cow.
It was just amazing, absolutely amazing.
I didn't do shit.
Man, that is not true. You told me something, and you have to be honest about it. You saw, you're still doing good last year, but you saw the event last year. And what did you tell me?
I was just I was thrown back a little bit by the way they do events in different neighborhoods. And last year we did 2 events, and where they had the event in the good neighborhood, they had everything under the sun. And when we did the event last year in not so nice of a neighborhood, they didn't have nothing. And it really struck me back due to the fact that, like, how do you expect kids to succeed if you're not giving them the same tools? And it just, I vowed last year to make this happen for these kids, and we stand on business, baby. You saw it.
And it's not just you. You are when you say
Correct.
Poncho, when you say it's Poncho's army, you got a lot of lieutenants. We feel like foot soldiers because we just showed up and talked about it. But I mean, if it's okay with you, Buffalo Freddy, to donate all that stuff, all the food. I
Well,
mean,
we raised $15,000 to have that event.
gee,
So and it was such a great time for these kids.
man, it was just amazing. The kids coming up enamored, great attitudes. Matt, you remember opening up those backpacks?
Yeah.
We were just like, it's not just the backpack.
I couldn't believe what you guys put together in those backpacks for these kids, man. I mean,
Well, I don't mean to interrupt, but that my friend was all the Buffalo Teachers Desk. That organization, that nonprofit, does more for teachers than I can't even fathom what these teachers go through if it wasn't for these people at the teachers desk supplying supplies for these teachers, because the teachers at the end of the day, some of them spend their own friggin' paycheck to educate these kids, and it's good to see that people actually are doing something about it and making a change, and just shooting their shot. You know what I mean? That's all it takes is somebody to believe in you and to have that support group like I do. Like I tell people, I am nothing without the amazing people by my side, and Do Champions is one of them people. You know what I mean? You guys are a collective group, and I love it. I'll support you guys to the day I die.
And man, there's something that me and Matt talked about a lot.
Yeah.
And it's in your bio. It's on the top of the sombrero.
I'm an asshole.
I mean, that's actually the next segment. So we'll just do this one first. No, I'm just kidding. Tell me a little bit, man. You always say it's there's a higher calling. What did that guy mean to you? Because he
Ezra was more than just a figure for Bill's Mafia. The guy was just a motivator, a way of life almost. Like I tell people, be great, not only today, but every day. Pancho's way. So it's a way of life. I mean, you got to stay focused on your mission to happiness and don't let anybody take it away from you. So Ezra was that dude. The ambiance, the aura that guy has, and it still has. I mean, he's still here. He's still affecting people from here to El Paso, bro. And it's remarkable.
If you have a line to him, though, have him use his line to the man upstairs and get us a Super Bowl. Like, come on.
I don't know if it works like that, because my man upstairs has got bigger fish to fry.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I was just joking around about
I know. I'm.
And from everything he told me about Ezra, if you found out another team would made a terminally ill kid smile or something like that, he would never. Yeah. He would want that for him.
On his deathbed, Ezra said, "Don't buy me flowers, buy backpacks," and it just resonated from here to El Paso. I mean, 350,000 backpacks from here to Buffalo or El Paso. It's remarkable. And the things that he's still doing from heaven is just remarkable, man. I love it.
Well, he is doing big things in heaven, but we want to do something from here in the studio. Anthony, we brought you on for a reason, and it's a collective decision between the network.
You kind of forced me on here, all right, to be honest.
Well, we're going to force you to take a little bit of money. Because Matt's going to tell you. We go ahead, Matt.
So we actually ran a contest about a week ago, a couple days. We did it before the actual event from last Saturday, and we got a few matches from myself, from Student. Can I say our other one?
Absolutely.
From Harrison as well. They matched up to
he'll see it.
To what was donated. So.
We
that's ridiculous, guys.
We just wanted to bring you on because that it's not just the mask, but it's that green jacket, because it cloaks people, and the way you support people is cloaking a community, and we want to empower you to keep that warmth going, my man. That was so eloquent.
I got chills, boys. I got chills.
So Anthony, God, man, we were meant to meet when you won that jersey, dude.
Man, I thought that was the irony of that one too was incredible, because Harrison, man, that dude, he's a firm believer in helping people and doing the right thing, and and just loving God and loving life and treating your fellow man, with respect and decency. And, Ezra was all about that, man. He literally, Pancho wouldn't care if you were a Cowboy or a Patriots fan. He treated you all the same, no matter what, man. And that stuff right there is what we need people to just, most of the time people check their manners at the gate, and they don't understand. Like, we don't know what people are going through in life. And sometimes we just need to take a step back and, take a deep breath and, just be happy for what you have. And I'm grateful, man. Like, I tell people every day, man, before I start that event, you guys weren't there. You showed up a little late, but my first thank you was to our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, because without him, none of that stuff would be possible. The power that man has over me anyways is, I don't know, bar none, the best feeling ever. Having friends like you guys come and support me it's just a remarkable feeling. Like I said, when you have somebody that supports you, it's the best drug known to man. I mean, you endless opportunities in your own friggin' mind. It's just like when somebody tells me I can't do something, watch the fuck out, because I'm getting it done. Excuse my language. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I just noticed you wore a lot of lacrosse pindies. You're not going to be allowed in Ilio's sleeveless. So, but I welcome you to try. But Anthony, it was supposed to happen, and man, thanks for coming on. And
thank you guys, man.
I'll catch up with you soon, because I know this isn't going to be a Venmo. This is going to be over a pint for the big man. Thanks.
Yes, sir. And the home opener weekend, we have we're actually supporting Mookie from Woohoo Sports there.
Sure.
He does. He's a football coach, and some of the kids that he's coaches aren't financially able to buy equipment and stuff. So we're doing a cornhole tournament at Sunny Reds in Lackawanna with Ruben Brown. We're doing
Sunny Reds.
That spot is awesome, man. It's just it's a great little area, little nice little bar there. So we're having that on Saturday before the game on the 7th. It's $25 a man, $200 to the winners, and pizza, wings, beer, all the good stuff there. So the link's coming out Monday.
And we'll make sure you get it out, man.
Yep.
Yes,
Absolutely.
sir.
We'll blast it out for you.
Anthony,
Thank you, boys.
Thank you, Anthony.
Talk to you. Have a great night.
Keep up the great work, boys. God bless.
Good to be seen.
Come on with it, baby!
I love that guy.
Yeah, I mean, just to be able to carry on Pancho's legacy throughout, and it was kind of fate, kind of kismet, or whatever you want to call it, destiny, for him to win the Harrison Phillip giveaway that we had, with the jersey and the game worn gloves. It was like
Cool.
Yeah.
It's meant to be.
Yo, and he brought it up. He was just like, yo, I gave Harrison a drab green jacket. And it's just like, whoa.
Right.
That's nuts. I mean, hugging his wife, and it didn't matter what kid. He had a personal relationship with 80% of the people there, and it seemed like 500. So Pancho's Army. I mean, maybe I didn't do enough to look into it. But I mean, if you look, it truly is an army, man. So happy you came on. Happy we did that, and that's not going to be the last time you see Dew and Pancho's together, dude. So
Absolutely.
I feel good after that, man. I feel the same as when I left there.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
anyway.
I'm still on that high from that event.
Yeah. So yo, Pat, were you watching the game tomorrow, by the way? Pat?
Yeah. Yeah.
You have no idea what I asked you.
No, I couldn't hear you. You said, did you watch the game over?
No, he said, where are you watching the game from?
Oh, I'll be watching the game from my house.
Just make something up, dude. Like that is just
Right, just say I'm going to
I'm a big fan of watching
local
games at
bar in
home.
Wisconsin and
having a couple
No.
twisted teas, you know.
No,
some blue Hawaiians.
Blue Hawaiians, yes.
Pat, do you think it's because we were at the Saturday event? Do you think it's important to watch it in real time, or is it nice to digest a little bit and just get all the opinions, know what to look for? What do you think?
See, I'm a big fan of watching the game live, but obviously if I have something
I'm talking
to do,
specifically preseason.
Preseason, though. Specifically preseason.
I'll say a little bit of both. I think it's
Fair.
important to watch it live for that, your initial reaction, but then when you watch it back, you're more clear-headed.
because you kind of can pinpoint things in your brain to go back and, hey, this happened here.
Correct.
I really want to go back and watch this a couple of times, or
Correct.
go watch the this exact play on the all 22 or anything like that. So we can break it down and provide great content here on the show. I mean, last week was just a forget it game, other than putting our three keys together. And real quick, Pat, before we do get into the Steelers game, do you want to give the three keys for this week?
Let's go.
Yes, the three keys are better quarterback play, because like we saw last week, Mitch Trubisky and Shane Buechele, that was below average quarterback play. You're probably gonna find better quarterback play in the CFL.
And you can't win in this league with below average quarterback play, even in
No,
even in the preseason. Like,
Nope.
there's no reason that the game going into the fourth quarter was what, 13-6 or 13-3.
13-6, yes.
Yeah, I mean, and it should have been more than that, because they drove down there a couple of times.
Pat, what would you say Mitch Trubisky's greatest role in this team is? And we're gonna probably disagree.
Mitch Trubisky's greatest role on this team would be, knock on wood, if Josh Allen, I'm not even going to say it, but if Trubisky had to come in for a couple plays, he's a guy who led the Bears to a 12-4 record in a Matt Nagy offense, if anybody who knows of Matt Nagy's offense is not good. I don't care what he's doing in Kansas City, but just looking what he did in Chicago, I think Trubisky can get you a couple wins, but his most important role would probably be just FOJ, a friend of Josh.
Okay, Matt. You know my opinion already.
Yeah, I do. But
And Pat, just we disagree.
my opinion on Trubisky's role on this team is to basically be the quarterback on the sidelines for Josh.
All right, you want mine?
Yeah, absolutely.
Mitch Trubisky's greatest role, and what he'll spend the most time doing, is being able to emulate quarterback tendencies for our defense all week, because he's been in a lot of games. He's played a lot of games. He knows the nuance of the position. That's probably why Joe Flacco, as I tweeted, is so desirable. It's not because he's a serviceable in case if. It's that he gets what certain quarterbacks will do versus our first team defense. He's going to be tasked every single week, 3 days in the practice. We don't even know if he'll get in a game. I think that's his biggest.
I mean, I really hope the Colts aren't trying to ask him to be Lamar Jackson in their scout team. But
My goodness.
No, but even in that, like you would see. Remember the Bills? Certain players trying to emulate, like you.
Yeah, Isaiah McKenzie.
oh no, absolutely.
Did it for Buffalo.
And like I said, I mean, it's just joking, just because Joe Flacco's 36 years old now.
I don't know.
And
minted though,
still playing, and got off his parents' couch last year to lead the Browns into the playoffs, and unfortunately they had that hiccup against against the Texans. So I mean, it really comes down to it, and that is a good thing that Student brought up about that. Being as good as he is, being a high draft pick, got to play a lot of games, was on a winning team, is able to be on the other side of the ball for Josh Allen, or for the defense, I should say, not Josh Allen, but for the defense, so they can see what's going on, and actually playing against a formidable quarterback on the other side that can kind of do what other quarterbacks are doing.
Absolutely. I mean, and not to mention, he's been a lot of places.
Yeah.
He's gonna know the receivers they're facing, what type of ball he'd like to throw them, and what type of ball that quarterback most likely likes to do too. Is that an old joke, or is it still kind of true? Like FOJ.
I mean,
Well,
I mean, go ahead. Tanner Gentry. Okay.
You have Tanner Gentry, you have Kyle Allen, you have Mitch Trubisky 2 times in a row.
I mean, but Trubisky, the first time we got him, who wouldn't want him as a backup, right? Or no?
Right. I know I wanted him. What's up, Jake? Which, by the way, I know we talked on the All 22. Jake, our analytics guy here at Duke
Our
Champions,
analytics guy. Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
No, you're fine. Did a breakdown of his opinion on the All 22 after he went back and watched his All 22 review. It's on our Twitter page if you guys want to check that out. I think it was a very good read.
Yep, absolutely.
That's why he's a partner here.
Yes.
So, Jake, we're gonna make the announcement right now. Great job, dude.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it without him. Happy to award you a partnership, and he ain't going anywhere.
Yep.
It's great.
Yeah, and like we know we provide the data and stuff like that for you, but you really put a voice to it. So, and Pat, are you ready to make your announcement?
Yeah, I was just about to say, do you think it's time?
Yeah, I think it is.
This is like a gender
Okay.
reveal.
Yes.
He's having a boy.
Yes.
That's why those last 3
It's-
pounds.
it's-
Those last 3 pounds are just so dang stubborn.
It's gonna be a soccer player.
Okay.
What voice were you emulating? Is that a movie I haven't seen?
Yes, it's Billy Madison. Adam Sandler.
Which one's that?
The one where he goes back to school.
Never seen that movie. I'm joking. So yeah, the
Like
announcement
Norm
is,
Macdonald's. Norm Macdonald's like just like pass out the whole movie.
Yep.
No, I've seen that one.
Yeah.
That Veronica Vaughn is one hot.
So hot.
No. When Chris Farley goes, she's one hot piece of ace.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't. That's awesome. What the hell are you talking about, Stuart? What do you want to announce, dude?
No, yes, the Take a Knee podcast will be airing
go.
every Saturday at 8 o'clock Central,
Very
9
good.
o'clock
I like
Eastern. And Jake will be my host on there starting September 7th.
I like that. That's gonna be a good one.
Yes.
But we can't do it. But I want to do it. We can't though.
No.
Just big things happening here, guys, and it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
I think enough time's passed. You want to try that Bet US read again?
Sure.
Wait, we didn't talk about
hold on.
something. We didn't talk about something.
What?
You don't remember?
Uh-oh.
Pat's new favorite musician?
Oh, no, not on air. We don't have to do this on air.
You know what I'm
No,
talking
we don't
about?
have to do this on air.
Yep.
American Woman!
Leo Kravitz. How about Lenny Kravitz, dude? How about saying Lenny Kravitz?
Wait, let's bring this to another level. Yo, what's the name of the Steelers' new stadium?
It's like Arcashire.
All right.
Sure?
Like, your diction needs to take a knee, okay?
Right.
Anyway, that's going to be on Saturdays after the game or whatever, and it's going to be on. It's going to be awesome.
Saturday, 80s.
Definitely
Saturday
tune
at 9
in.
Eastern, yes.
Definitely tune in for that. Analytics show is going to be amazing. Not to get too much into Jake, I'll let him talk about it, but he has a background in data analytics, so definitely going to be amazing to watch. I can't wait to see that.
No, the crew we're building, the crew we're trying to solidify, like, it's just, you guys are going to start to see him. You guys just saw Jesse. You're you're gonna see A Will again. You're gonna other things in the works.
Yes.
We're
We're super excited to bring it to you, but we cannot bring it to you yet.
Not quite yet.
You'll hear the announcement later on, but not. Yes. Super excited. Very, very big.
I feel like I'm at a custody hearing.
Yeah. Right.
Like, yeah. But what are you guys kind of really dreading about tomorrow besides the wait?
Well, let Pat finish the.
Oh, sorry, the announcement.
Before I rudely interrupted, what's the other two you got for keys to the victory?
Yes, win in the trenches, because as we saw last week, the Bills did not win in the trenches at all. The only player that won in the trenches was Cedric Van Pran-Granger, and that was it. I mean, the Bills' offensive line was pushed around the whole game, and the Bills' defensive line was nowhere to be found.
How? I gotta ask. How can you say his name, but you can't say other things? Like, that's what I want to know.
Because going back, I saw the stats on Cedric Van Pran-Granger after the game. He allowed no pressures, I believe. Yeah, it's just I don't have the stats.
He's given
off
up.
the top of my head.
He's given.
No, I don't have the stats off the top of my head, but just going back.
No,
and
I was
watching
just talking about it. I was talking about just saying.
Yo, Pat, who's that Greek guy who plays on the Bucks?
No, can you pronounce that? That's not fair.
John's Antetokounmpo.
I'm done. No, I'm
Pat.
done. Good to be seen.
Not yet.
No, I'm kidding.
go ahead and finish your last one.
Yes, and the third one was no penalties. Last week, the Bills had 11 penalties, which some of them were drive killers. We have to limit the penalties.
Yeah. But if we're going to do penalties, procedural ones are going to happen early.
Right. Right, and we're expecting things like that to happen, especially new guys, playing with other guys, especially when you're talking about second and third stringers, things like that. But
I mean, like you're getting different offensive linemen. That Josh Allen has a different cadence,
right,
than Trubisky,
and even different than what is Ben DiNucci, who they just signed as well.
I mean, it's just categorically different. I mean, to dunk on a guy. You don't want to see holding penalties because that's a technique. That's
right.
a technique problem.
Right.
You don't want to see missed assignments and stuff like that.
Or personal fouls or, anything like that. Those type of things those are the things that we're not talking about those. We're talking about.
I'll tolerate the other ones.
Right.
Because you know what? Every team has them.
Right.
They happen and it's just that's the one penalty if I had to I would accept. For all the other ones you listed, those can't. You got to clean them up.
Right. Right. And as far as that goes, I mean, I know that's one of the things that I was looking up. And also too the great company that has brought us or gave us the data, SIS, amazing. Yep. Definitely.
They're so cool.
I mean, we're gonna have one of the guys from SIS on in the next couple of weeks to kind of talk about that and what kind of things we're gonna be seeing from them. And that's where we get all our data from. So, but just the simple things that bring so much more meaning to the game. Like just, I think there was one that I looked at. Did you know that Khalil Shakir was had a better EPA per attempt?
I still don't know what that means.
Expected points above average. So basically,
oh no, I know what the acronym stands for. I just don't know how to calculate.
So I don't know how to calculate it either. Trust me,
Jake.
I don't know how to calculate it either. But what it basically says is Khalil Shakir was better on the field or with Diggs off the field last year. He was a full 1.1 points EPA per attempt, better than with Diggs off the field, or with him on the field, which is absolutely crazy to me. Which also brings.
Well, I assume it's a weighted average.
I'm sure it is, but and it's a little bit of a lower, a lower. What's the word I'm looking for?
Lower sample size.
Thank you.
Data subset.
Yes, that too. But I mean, it really just it shows that given the opportunity this year, he should be producing at a much higher rate than what we had with Diggs. I'm excited. Like I know that one of the guys from I think it was ESPN put out that the Bills have like the 8th best or 8th worst roster in the whatever in the AFC.
Yeah,
However,
13th best roster in the AFC.
13th best roster in the AFC. Yep.
Wait, did you say 8th worst and Pat's like 13th best? You're like precisely young son.
No, that's what it was. That's what it was. I couldn't remember exactly the exact number, but they were 13th. So that means there's what? 3 teams lower than them?
6. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like another one where they're like, 2 is a top 6 quarterback.
Yeah.
Great, you're in the top 19.2%.
Right.
Why don't we leave the math to me?
Thank you. But no, I mean, I'm excited to see what this offense does because football truly does come down to it, and I say it all the time. It truly is a team game. The offense has to work congruent with each other so that they can, if Samuel's running a a post pattern or a dig or a screen pass or anything like that, the other guy's got to clear out their guys so he has room to do other things.
You need to understand the end goal, heavy working operational understanding of where you fit in the end goal, and I think it's a great thing to think about. If you know like you're a hash valve, safety valve, right, and you know who you're playing against, so you know the end goal, and you're the third check. Playing in that scheme, you're not going to want to like go hard and get open within the first 1 to 1.8 seconds of the first 6 years off the ball, because you need to be open when the read comes to you. That's understanding the full scope and optic of it, and that's playing a lot of ball together.
Yeah.
That's playing a lot of situational ball.
Yeah,
and it takes a lot, man. I mean, like, you know what killed me? That Manziel interview where they went on his iPad
Yeah.
and he goes 0. I mean, that's hard to do, you know? I mean, think about it. You're gonna get embarrassed, and you've accepted that you're gonna get embarrassed, you know? To go out there and know that, like, your performance and your understanding directly affects the man next to you, the man behind you, and the 11 guys waiting to go in if you mess up.
Right.
Wow, that was a long one.
No, and that's that's something that I had said last year when we first were doing talking about the offensive line last year after the debacle that Roger Saffold is
Oh my goodness.
Everybody's like, oh, Deion Dawkins,
Play great ball.
but it comes down to it, just like Student was just saying. If the guy to your left, the guy to your right is not doing their job in some way, shape, or form,
You're going to put someone in a bad position.
right, and you have to make up partially for what they're missing. So you're not being able to give 110% at your position either. So
Right.
That's what it kind of comes down to, and it's kind of where it leads.
It's doing your 111, as Sean McDermott always preaches.
What is it?
You just got to do your 111.
What's that mean? Oh, 1 of 11.
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay. I bagged that. I thought he was a defend your dirt guy.
he is that too, but
Yeah,
I thought
defend your
I thought
dirt.
it might be chilly. I'm done.
that's Steve Tasker.
I'm done. But I mean, like, when you do these things, where else would you rather be than right here?
right here, right now.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, while you bring that up, speaking of that, I put the poll out this morning.
I thought you were gonna do a good to be seen.
No.
Yeah, I was gonna fucking howl. I was howling.
It's good to be seen.
All right.
Good.
Oh, did something just pop
Oh,
out?
No, it was just you turn it off. But anyway, so I had put the poll out this morning that you said, where else would you rather be? It kind of reminded me of that. So I don't know what the poll results
Not
were.
in my kitchen.
I'll look.
I don't know what the poll results are. Pat's going to look it up real quickly. But the question is with Nicolas Cage being announced that he's playing John Madden in the biopic, who would you have?
Go ahead.
What is it called?
I don't know.
It's called a biopic.
I don't know, dude. I don't know how to pronounce a lot of things. I just talk really fast and with a lot of anger. Go.
So Nicolas Cage being announced to play John Madden in the biopic. Who would you want to have play Marv Levy if they did a biopic on him? Pat, do you want to let me know who the responses were from myself
Can I pause real quick? You know
Yeah.
who would have been great if he was still alive?
Who?
John Candy.
as Marv Levy?
John Madden.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yes.
That's the one.
Yeah.
I don't know how that came to me. That's the one.
No, that would have been perfect.
Yeah.
That would have been perfect. But I know Simon
Oh, you're not gonna like
Simon
that answer.
Helberg,
Yep.
Tom Cruise, David Spade,
And
and then
was
other
there,
/ police.
was there
cop.
any others in the comments at all?
No.
Okay.
There was not.
And what was the
Fif-
final?
50% voted for Simon Helberg, 10% voted for Tom Cruise, and 30% voted for David Spade.
Wait.
And then 10% voted for other.
Spade?
Yeah. He's got the same kind of shape of his face, kind of same height. I was trying to figure out, guys that could kind of
What serious role has he ever played? I mean, Sandler can do it, obviously, in Uncut Gems. That was crazy.
that.
But, but
no,
even
what-
it's another sports movie, Steve Carell, when he went serious for Foxcatcher.
Yeah.
The dynamics, I think a lot of those guys are from Second City in Chicago.
Yeah.
Where Marv was from.
Yeah.
But Marv?
Yeah.
Who'd you say?
Simon Helberg. He plays.
Why am I doing this?
So have you ever seen The Big Bang Theory? Any episodes at all?
No, I'm a young Sheldon guy. I hate the snark in there. By the way, watch the Bang Theory on YouTube without a laugh track. Insufferable.
But have you ever seen Old School?
Yeah.
The short guy that's if I showed you a picture,
Wincy?
I think so. Yeah.
No, that's the overweight. Like,
Oh,
guy
yeah,
who
yeah.
loses his pee-pee on a balcony. the short. Yo, maybe
Look him up real quick.
maybe if they could age him, Jeremy Piven.
Yeah. I mean, Piven might be
I
good.
mean, like I there's a guy that I would say, but I mean he's been canceled, so there's no reason to do it. But he's in House of Cards.
Oh yeah.
That'd probably be a good one. Yo, but Piven maybe.
Yeah.
But like, was he typecast because of Ari Gold?
Maybe. I kind of think a little bit. Yeah.
I mean, that was like one of the most powerful things. It's like Gandolfini. The crazy thing about him is, by the way, massive Rutgers fan, massive, your sport. He was an off-Broadway theater guy, I don't know why I know this. Matt makes fun of me all the time. We bring it up all the time. Pat, how many movies have I seen in my entire life?
I think you said it was 5.
Less than 20.
Less than 20.
Less than 20. That's what it was, right?
Yeah. And speaking of movies, Post Podium Podcast.
Yes. Yeah, those guys are amazing.
Those guys are so good.
I mean, we have to do a master clip of them just cracking each other up. Like, when they're having a good time, I'm having a good time.
I was having a good time beating Student in Madden last night.
Yeah. I'm having an awesome time you making that comment.
Yeah, absolutely. So keep winning because it's gonna do good things
Yes,
if you
I'll
keep winning. So, but no, I mean, we're gonna go as long as we want here. This is our show, so to get off that real quickly. I mean, well, Pat, first and foremost, who would you have picked out of those three, or any other that you could think of?
I think I voted for David Spade. Yeah, I voted for David Spade.
I guess I just, I don't know.
Yeah.
What is like, what is in all the football movies, who is, for better or worse, the most moving coach? Go for better, go for worse.
Ooh.
I think for better,
Denzel Washington.
Yeah, Denzel Washington with Remember the Titans.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that was the best coaching role. I think that was one of his best roles of all time.
I don't know what
Yeah.
to say, really. Not at that speech at Any Given Sunday, but that's like a little.
Yeah. No, Pacino played.
Okay, but how much did you hate Val Kilmer? Or no, is that sounding Coach Kilmer?
Yeah. You were ready to like.
He was like a deity to that entire community,
Yep.
right? Until one guy stood up to him.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy. I mean, Belichick was a deity until he lost.
Until he lost Tom Brady.
If he's the father, he lost the holy. What is
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But
He lost the Son and the Holy Spirit at the same time.
yeah, but like, there's I love his Edelman's podcast, especially
Yeah.
the one with Matt Light. How he used to
Yeah.
mess with him. But I remember talking to Hogan, like the Patriot way was not fun, and I love that it's like kind of coming to light in like, they can all say that, they all have 6 Super Bowls,
Right.
but like that's a lot, you have to go in there and there is an objective. I mean, who else? That was the way he had to be successful, implementing that.
Mm-hmm.
I am going on WFAN and people. There's some like, who's the guy I don't like? We all know. I hate a lot of people. He's like a kid or something. Whatever. He's on Twitter or whatever. The switching back and forth of hating Dable but like wanting him back is crazy. His pedigree,
Amazing.
Alabama,
Yeah. New England.
did a great job here. So this is why I struggle with Dorsey too. Fire Dorsey, everything like that. He got a job pretty damn quick.
He did, but I don't think he was anything more than a glorified quarterbacks coach, and he shouldn't have been.
I agree with
What do
Matt.
you mean? If he's a glorified quarterbacks coach, why is he coaching arguably the worst and most?
FOJ.
No. He's now the defensive coordinator, or
No.
offensive coordinator for who?
Yeah, but do you know
The Cleveland Browns,
who
but he's
actually
not calling
calls the
the plays.
plays?
It's Kevin Stefanski who's calling the
Stefanski
plays.
calls the plays. It's Stefanski's offense. It has nothing to do with Dorsey. Even if he does call the plays, I'm just saying, even if he does call the plays, it's still Stefanski's offense. It's not a Ken Dorsey offense. Ken Dorsey cannot scheme people open. We saw that multiple times. He has guys getting to a spot. That's it.
And we touched on it. He looks for the big play, and he doesn't build on the big plays.
I don't know, but like we also had the greatest wide receivers coach ever. What are we gonna do without Chad Hall? Seemed to work out okay. I mean, we don't really know.
And it does truly come down to it where
Like, what do we know? We care enough. We listen to each other. We're like pragmatic about who's just like noise and who like really might have a working knowledge because they put in the hours. But guys, we don't know.
No, and I would never take anything away from the time that Dorsey put in, the time
I'm not even saying that, but like, let's go with have we put to bed who called the defense in the last 13 seconds? Do we know? I think A-Well said it best. Some things are just in and not meant to be said. We'll never know.
Right.
I just want to say that anybody who speaks in definitives is just they don't know what they don't know. You know, like me playing Madden.
So with that being said, Pat,
I thought we weren't doing that anymore. Well, quick, if you guys could just hit the chat real quick. What is going to be the Matt's new transition? Besides, with that being said, that was actually probably the first time you did that.
that was the first time I did it tonight. I've been being very conscientious of it. I've been trying really hard to.
Don't feel bad. I'm trying to say I agree.
Yeah.
Hey, Lenny Crackers, pipe down. Matt was about to say something. So.
No, I was just gonna say let's get into what's going on tomorrow as far as the Bills go, Steelers go.
Right.
You know what we're gonna be watching for because McDermott came out and said it that Josh Allen and the starters are gonna be playing about a quarter and a half, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, depending on
Fire up the Ferrari a little bit.
Depending on the weather.
Fire up the Ferrari a little bit more.
Depending on the weather.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll take the Ferrari for a few test laps.
Yep. Yeah. But when do we start phasing out testing personnel packages? When do we start? When do we start putting the blocks together? This is what we got. This is gonna work. Where are the ancillary pieces going to come in?
I truly think that that's already in place.
You know, you don't think we need to?
I truly think it's in place. I truly think that they,
Okay.
you know, with Josh running with the offense, I'm not saying this in any way, shape, or form, but because I know it's, you know, illegal in the NFL to have, you know, the playbooks and things like that and running that. They know what Brady wants to run. They know exactly what what routes they're going to be running in workouts with each other, things like that. I mean, it's as much of a Josh Allen offense as it is a Joe Brady offense.
I mean, if they were trying to hide it, they wouldn't have joint practices, right?
Right.
But the one thing I'm looking forward to is, did Josh really get out of openers? You know?
Yeah.
He not really. Caleb, in my humble opinion, which knows nothing, I believe he checked out of the third play, which is a very rookie move.
Yeah, no, absolutely that. And then also on top of that too, I mean, you know, from what we saw last week, and Connor McGovern said it, that last week they were running stunts on the defensive line that they were not even prepared for because they're, you know,
You don't.
and like, let's talk about this. We joke about it on multiple podcasts about Eric Washington. Mm-hmm. But I don't care if it's a preseason game or not. He had some sort of vendetta to, you know, show against McDermott and kind of do something that way with you know, against the Bills this year, or against the Bills even in preseason. So
go ahead.
No, it looked like it was kind of a gotcha moment. Like, yo, this is what my defense was doing.
Well, I mean, that NFL center, outside of identifying the mic, he's calling out what we're doing for the entire offensive line.
Right.
And that is a new job for him.
And watching him call out different things, and shout out to Cover One and Eric Turner over there of his great things that he's putting out there, with the film room and everything like that. You know, show it.
Okay, that was a little raucous. Greg, that was for you too.
Showing, you know, the different things that Connor McGovern was pointing out on certain different plays. It gives credence to, you know, that he can do it,
and to know that you're anticipating a lot, and you know, there's more than, you know, a couple ways to skin a, I don't know, whatever. What is going to work best based on speed, based on power? You know, zone blocking schemes are meant to be amendable, you know, because it's a zone. We're not man on man, right? You got to know what's going to work, what's not, where slides are going to be. I mean, you know, if if that running back hit in the wrong pro set, like you're gonna make someone look silly, and you're gonna have an exposed a power pack set of ribs.
Right.
You know.
Right. Absolutely. And so with going through that, Pat, what are we expecting to see on the offense tomorrow from Josh Allen and the starters? What do you expect to see? And I know it's going to be a vanilla offense, like honestly,
very much so.
But what do you expect to see from them trying to work out in-game speed?
I expect to see Josh Allen maybe throw the ball just a tad bit more, just as maybe he looks at MVS a little bit more. Because obviously they're not going to Joe Brady's not going to call a flea flicker like how he did in the joint practice or in training camp. He's not going to do that. Which, by the way, I'm happy those are back. Hopefully.
That's the Little Giants. I knew that one. Outside of it being a real play. Yeah.
I expect to see a little bit more, kind of like a little bit the speed, increase the speed just a little bit more.
So what I'm looking to see tomorrow is and again I know it's going to be vanilla or however verbiage you want to use, but I expect to see maybe some more screen plays, wide receiver screens, getting some of that type of stuff to get some of those guys some work. I don't expect to see Curtis Samuel in the backfield yet, even though that they were doing that type of stuff in practice and things like that. But I really think that that's something that's on the horizon during the regular season.
Okay. I'm expecting a lot more RVD and Alec. It's one thing to say, they.
Yeah, both of them have to make up for this game. I mean, Alec looked almost semi-lost out there,
but Alec is also being worked in. He's going to be worked in a lot of different positions because he is that dynamic.
Right. Absolutely. And like I said, I mean, if they gotta put him in one position. Yes, he needs to work on the others because being that sixth man, I get it. But at the same time, it's, you need to master the main thing. Sure.
But he's not a starter. So we don't know what, unfortunately, main thing may come up. You want to talk about Milano?
Well, very quickly. One more thing I do want to add. I do expect to see some more James Cook runs too. Last week it looked like he was jogging in the backfield.
Yeah, that was not the best look for him. I mean, it
wasn't.
Yes, it's preseason, but also let's kind of run it at least 95% speed.
We're doing this to get up to game speed.
Right.
Let's not start in the negs.
Right.
That's how you get a
exactly.
That's how you get a Reggie Bush season.
Still holds the record at what, -1 yard?
-6 on 12 carries.
-6, yep. 2016.
Which ironically I think was my rushing last night against Pat. So, you guys got anything else, or you guys want to pick a player? And
yeah, I want to talk a little bit about the defensive side.
Well, yeah, and then we got to touch about the defensive side, and then Milano.
Okay, fine.
That video that we have.
I just need a medical professional.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, we're not going to be able to sit here and talk about like
what it is,
what it is or anything like that. All we can talk about is the loss that Milano is going to be bringing to the defense, and Dorian Williams needs to step up. And if he can't step up, then get the fuck out of the way.
Speaking of losses, you're going to lose me because I got to take a pee. And you know what? Honestly, one of the things I miss about football, just piss in your pants.
Mark Schlereth?
No, me.
No, I know. Mark Schlereth.
That's what I just.
But yeah, go ahead, Pat. Talk about the defense a little bit. What do you want to see from the defense?
I want to see the linebacker play. I want to see Deion Jones and Dorian Williams because now that, in my opinion, that's a camp battle now to see who's the starting. I'm sorry, not Mike. I'm trying to blank.
Outside linebacker.
Yeah, outside linebacker. Outside linebacker. Me personally, I would lean towards Dorian Williams because he does have the experience in the Sean McDermott defense, in the Bills defensive scheme.
Yeah, but I mean, I get that, but at the same time, I think Deion Jones, he's been in the NFL long enough that he can play in that position. He can kind of thrive in that position. But we got to see it on the field.
True, and we haven't even talked about Nicholas Morrow yet either, who is the guy who was on the Super Bowl team for the Eagles 2 years back.
Well, I mean, what else do you want to see though? I mean, from the defense other than that position. I mean, I want to see Kair continue to build, confidence. I mean, we have our, starting corners set, I think, in Rasul Douglas and Christian Benford, and Elam is going to be the third man up or the next man up if anything happens to them, or if they go in either nickel or dime, or I'm sorry, in dime, sets, and especially now with Milano going out, you're probably going to look at a little bit more like 3 safety looks to help out, just like it was last year with Dorian Williams when Jordan Poyer dropped down, to help out in those situations. So
I like that point. Now, do you think it'll be Taylor Rapp that drops down and then Mike Edwards and DeMar Hamlin, or is it Cole Bishop that would come in?
I think once Cole Bishop gets healthy, I think it's him that drops down. But until then, I think it would probably be Taylor Rapp.
Yeah, I see that too. I wouldn't be surprised though if they want to go with Mike Edwards, the guy with the veteran experience, which McDermott has.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, if it ends up being Mike Edwards, that's fine. Now, what do you want to see from the defensive line though? Because I hope that Von Miller plays. I hope that we get to see him start ramping up to get to full speed, so that. Because he's got a bet to win for me. So, to go over that 10.5 sacks. So, I mean, and that's the thing. I trust Von. He knows his body. He thought I can't say that because even he said last year that he shouldn't have been playing. He should have listened to his body rather than his mind, basically, is what he came up with. So,
right. I mean, he was constantly being bashed on Twitter, like, how does it take you this long to come back from an ACL? Blah, blah, blah. I'm sure that probably didn't play a factor, but.
No, not at all. And that's the thing. I mean, Von's a consummate professional, and
yeah, he is.
I truly do think that he's gonna end up eclipsing that 10.5 sack just because of the way that they're gonna play him. I truly believe that they will play him in your passing situation downs. He's listed on the depth chart at second. Or as second string, even though they play a rotation. We all know they play the rotation. We'll see what it ends up looking like when it comes to it for the actual regular season. But I'm excited to see Dwayne Carter and Johnson and all those guys in the defensive tackle spot to see what they can do. Because you said it last week that they were not winning in the trenches, but there was a few plays that those guys did win in the trenches, and ended up the game's not 13-6 if they're completely
correct
losing in the trenches. So, and it comes down to it. The reason is the defense let up. You're playing third stringers against third stringers, and if their third stringers are better than our third stringers, okay, fine. Brandon Beane's got a job to do, and definitely that's another thing though too. I do want to say is definitely we're gonna have some new merch stuff coming out once the website is at DuChampions.com. So definitely check that out. Where I know we have one coming out.
I'm not,
I'm not saying it on the podcast.
No. I'll tell you later. Sorry it took so long in the bathroom. I just didn't want to be part of that segment.
No, you're good.
Pat definitely didn't hear what I said.
No, you did. You said you just didn't want to hear that part of the segment.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry, I was listening to Larry Kravitzy in there.
But no, I mean, I want to get your point of view, or your point of view on this, especially because of the defense. What do you expect to see in a preseason game from the defense when it gets down to your second and third stringers?
Well, you want to see that they, for me, what I believe in, it doesn't get to second and third stringers. It gets into working players in. Because there's never going to be a wholesale swap there. And, with the Eric Washington, D-line rotation, you're never going to see all that. You want to see what working packages work well, because we play a lot of packages. Not concept really. I would really love to see not a commitment to nickel personnel. Why can't we open it up, or is that a tell? I don't know.
I mean, that's their starting defense, and I get not wanting to come out of it, not wanting to, show your dime looks, your 3 safety looks,
But no time when it's free, right?
I mean, I get it, but
Well,
also
wouldn't that
too.
kind of be showing your hand?
Well, that's actually what we're saying. But I bring this up because of you said second and third teamers. I recant on a story Teddy Cottrell told us. They're out of DBs, they're out of this, and they all know the scheme so well, no matter who's in.
Yeah.
That's why I just want to see swap outs. I want to see, I don't think there's a difference in understanding concept and where you're supposed to be, field spacing, everything like that. I don't think there's a difference in the first quarter and the fourth quarter. I think they should all be worked in, but that's not an unpopular opinion. When you want to shut somebody down, you want to shut somebody down. A large reason you don't, I think you don't want to put your stalwarts in there is because when people are really trying to make a roster, Matt, they'll go the extra effort, and that's where
people get hurt.
And that's not.
It's not a bad thing. No, it's more power to them. Because they're trying to find that extra gear to make a team. I mean, you're talking about these guys that are making what practice squad money, what, $250,000 or less.
Yeah, the game check's not much.
Yeah, I mean, so you're trying to become one of these guys that's going to be paid in the more than $950,000 a year type. So trying to find that extra gear.
You gotta get to the affordable years where you get a pension. Where you get a pension.
Right.
Healthcare. I did find it funny that one of our new guys bought a house.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Cole Bishop.
You know who didn't?
Stephon Diggs.
I don't talk about him anymore. I'm not through.
So Pat, we touched on our side of things. What do you expect to see from like the Steelers side of things? With them playing Russell Wilson, playing Justin Fields, playing their guys.
Yeah, I think this could be a vanilla offense. They're not going to want to show their hand either. I still think that there is a quarterback competition going on between Justin Fields and Russell Wilson. Because I know there's some reports coming out of Steelers camp that Justin Fields and the first team were looking pretty good.
You do know why that Russell Wilson was not on the field, right?
Injury.
Do you know what happened?
No.
Their strength and conditioning coach was putting them through drills.
Okay.
As one does.
And Russell Wilson, he had quarterbacks hitting sled. Russell Wilson got hurt hitting the sled.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's spicy.
Yeah. That's
Apparently it doesn't exist too well in the vault. Pat does not get that joke. Pat, you get that? Look up worst commercial ever.
No, everything froze up for me.
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay. No, but yeah, I expect to see, just again, it's the second week of preseason, a little bit more, speed, turn the notch just a little bit. Maybe they show their hand a little bit more because they still want to figure out who their starting quarterback's going to be. On the defensive side, I don't think they're going to show anything. Is TJ Watt playing? Because I know he didn't participate in the joint
I'm not
practice.
100% sure. I don't know what their guys that are playing look like. All I know is I know Russell Wilson is playing. As far as that goes.
So I want to bring it to how I think it's good and just and people like it. Who wants to go first? Pick the player. Wish him well tomorrow. Wish him a great season. Can't pick the same one.
Pat, go ahead. You're first.
On the spot, doesn't matter.
Vaughn. Yeah, I picked Vaughn. I'm gonna go with.
Yeah, I forgot you were suspended last week, so you didn't get to pick one.
I'm gonna go with Keon Coleman. Keon, you are now don't want to put the title on you yet, but the face of the wide receiver room, and we drafted you pretty high. don't let that pressure get to you.
Yep.
Just go out there, be you. Like you said, you're not Steph, you're not Gabe. You're you. Just continue to be you, and I wish you the best.
Come on with it, baby!
Matt,
So mine is actually going to be James Cook, right? So I do want to wish him well. Going forward, I hope that you put in more of an effort that you did show than last week, because this team is going to need you to be what you were last year. And if you're not going to be that, get out of the way for somebody like Ray Davis or Ty Johnson or even Frank Gore Jr.
take a seat next to Carlos Williams, homie. That was mean. Wish him well.
Good luck.
You know who mine is?
Who?
Alec Anderson. We don't care about them. You'll fix it. Be the guy. We talked. Be the guy, bro. This is the time to do it. And inflict your will, bro. Alec, you got this, buddy. Have a great season. Kill it tomorrow.
Bring
bro.
the nasty. Bring the nasty.
I want Jake to hit his first good to be seen. Trying to
Come
get a
on,
hold of him.
Jake.
Come on, Jake. Anybody get a hold of him? Anybody got his number? I want him to hit it.
I do. Let me text him.
Do.
Pat, have you changed the diet at all? I just want to talk real quick.
My diet?
Yeah, like how you're losing the weight. And just be
I
clear,
cut
like,
out-
everybody do. I don't think anybody is not like losing.
No, everybody is participating in it from our, in our weight loss challenge. So,
Yeah.
it's awesome to see. It's awesome to see, and I'm not gonna shout out or anything like that.
No,
but
you look like you.
one of the guys I'm super proud of him from the network to take
Yep.
this by the reins and really join
Oh.
us and get him a link. Send him
Student, send him the link.
he can log in. Jake, just log in and hop in.
Yep, just hop on in.
Jake, don't fumble this, bud. Pat, you want to hit him with it, or you want me to?
You go ahead.
Okay, this is a big moment.
Well, we
Wait,
got to wait for him. So
weird.
Yeah,
We
but
gotta
to answer your
wait on
question,
data.
what I cut out of my diet
I'm just kidding. He's so
was I cut all soda out of my diet, and I just stopped eating late. Kind of
just stopped eating.
no.
No,
That's what you did.
Yeah, that's what you did, Matt. I couldn't do that. I like food too much, but I stopped. I know you told me you do it 3 to 11. I do it from 2 to 10 because obviously I'm an hour behind you, and that's all I've been doing. And just taking a bike ride, go walking before work, after work, whatever the case may be.
Intermittent fasting seems to work for me the best. I mean, just because that's kind of what I do anyways. I eat one meal a day, but if I and then that combined with doing the put myself in a calorie deficit, it definitely helps. And it's not a calorie deficit because it's also eating right too. It's eating. Like last night, I think I had instead of getting a chicken finger sub, I got a grilled chicken wrap with a low carb wrap and light mayo on it, and so it's eating healthy. There was avocados on it and lettuce, and even though lettuce has no nutritional value to it, but it just eating right and eating the best you can and doing what you can. I mean,
it's a weird thing, and not to. I mean, we talk about it because, like, we're a crew. We're doing this together. There's 6 of us.
Yeah.
I mean, we're big. How many guys we got now on the crew?
we have 16 people.
We have 16 employees.
Yeah.
I'm going broke. I'm just kidding. By the way, hit that Bet US things. I got shit to pay for.
Use code DO.
Yeah, that's it. I don't want you to do any more after that.
Yeah, I'll work on that.
But anyway, man, you guys really showed up for that. They're signing up in droves. They're a great partnership. Their app is pretty seamless, and it's free money, and compiled with Jesse also giving you free money. I mean, for a Wall Street guy,
Right, and
Talk to me dirty, baby.
they truly do have the best sign up bonus in the business. 125% on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000. That's absolutely ridiculous.
insane. We welcome.
Well, hold on.
Okay, I'm excited.
Make sure you use code DO or click on the link in any one of the podcasts shows on here. Eventually, we will have different codes for each show. That way, you can help out your favorite show on the network. So
before we go grandiose, I think I gotta ask Jake. Hey, pick a player. wish him well for this season. What do you? That's it. We gotta have him do that, right?
Yeah, sorry, Pat, I'm removing you.
No, remove
You're good.
me.
You're good.
Remove me. So Jake, we're gonna bring you to the stage, buddy. How we kind of we really like ending every podcast, picking a player on the Bills and talking to him right in the camera, being like, "Yo, wish him well, and make him stay safe." So, any player on the roster tonight, we said, Pat, what'd you say? Pat can't hear me. Oh, don't worry about it. So, Jake, it's just a nice thing we do. So, pick a player, anybody on the roster. Who are you talking to, and tell them to do well and have a successful, safe season.
I got to go with Terrell Bernard. I
Ooh,
think
good pick. Hasn't been picked yet.
a lot more is on his plate now, obviously, with Milano going down. He obviously did a great job without Milano last year. But we need you to step up, and whoever your running mate's going to be, you're going to need to help them out and make sure they're in the right spots. And for us to have a successful season, you gotta bring it together for us.
We got to get a fourth. I can't do Hey Pat. He's got to do it. Pat's got to be up here.
We have no way to bring him up here.
I guess we got to drop you.
Oh, fine.
You see what I did?
Fine. Hold on.
Isn't it amazing talking to me, Jake, in person? I loved what Pat told you, by the way, about me and phone calls.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Batman.
Yeah.
All right, it's your first one.
Come on with it, baby!
Hey, Jake.
It's good to be seen.
Good to be seen, boys. That's the show.
The Bills make me wanna shout. Kick your heels up and shout. Throw
we're
your
back.
hands up and shout.
Go Bills
Throw your
tomorrow.
head back and shout. Come on
Monday.
now. The Bills are
We're back
making it
Tuesday.
happen
We're
now.
back Wednesday.
Stand up now, come on and
Jake,
shout.
you're the man. Pat, you're the man. Matt, you're the man. See y'all later.